It's Tuesday, November 26, 2019, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. The FCC moves on Chinese 5G suppliers, Uber's license revoked in London, and Merger Monday goes down. This is the business of tech. The FCC has determined that U.S. telecommunications and internet providers cannot use federal subsidies to buy networking gear from Chinese suppliers Huawei or ZTE. Use of this gear is largely limited to small, rural telecommunications providers who focused on price and leveraged federal subsidies. If the FCC forces these carriers to replace Chinese gear, it plans to establish a reimbursement program to help cover the cost. This could cost more than $2 billion. At the same time, an EU document was acquired by CNBC, which also details the risks from a legal and policy perspective of which suppliers are used to implement 5G. Huawei was again listed as a company of specific concern. In Germany, Huawei was not blocked as a potential supplier for Germany's 5G networks in a move criticized by some in the German parliament. Why do we care? The 5G rollout is important to track as the impact is going to be significant and offer a lot of opportunity. The Trump administration has announced that 5G is a priority and will need to effectively manage that reimbursement program to deliver to those smaller and rural communities. As noted in a previous podcast, the overlap between the president's voting base in the 2016 election and those counties most in need of broadband infrastructure overlaps, so politics influences the government's moves here. The core infrastructure will need to be delivered globally for the 5G opportunity to be actionable. Uber's license to operate in London will not be renewed due to a, quote, pattern of failures, end quote, that put safety and security at risk. The company has 21 days to appeal and can operate until then. Uber originally lost its license in 2017 and was given a 15-month extension to correct the problems, and an additional 2 months in September of this year. Why do we care? Uber needs to comply with the law, and they aren't. The issue is that some unauthorized drivers were able to upload their pictures to other drivers' accounts, and customers didn't get the driver they'd booked. This is an obvious safety problem, and a solvable one with the technology. It may seem obvious at times, but it is an important reminder that compliance with laws is part of operations. Uber is both famous and notorious for moving into a market and ignoring the regulations in favor of building up a customer base and then challenging the laws. That is a risky strategy, and it did work out for them in terms of establishing a space. It doesn't work forever, is the lesson. Did you know that the Monday before Thanksgiving is known as Merger Monday? Why? Because corporate board members and bankers want to wrap up any deals they've been working on to have the holiday. Let's get the list out of the way. In tech, Ingram Micro acquired the Salesforce consulting practice of Quosphere. Wayland, a platform-as-a-service company in the fintech market, acquired Push. Push develops a direct-to-consumer e-commerce platform for SMBs. Palo Alto Networks acquired Apparetto, a provider of zero-trust cloud security, application identity, and distributed firewall services. And a big one, eBay announced plans to sell StubHub to the Swiss ticket marketplace Viagogo for $4.5 billion. eBay acquired StubHub in 2007 for $310 million, but now the company plans to offload businesses that aren't essential to its core marketplace. HP, however, was not taken over by Xerox. If you haven't heard, Xerox is positioning for a hostile takeover, but nothing has happened yet. Anti-news, perhaps? Why do we care? I'm a lot less interested in the specific deals than the fact that there is a specific day to anticipate this all going down. It shows that human motivations do drive a lot of decisions, and that's important to remember. These deals go down on Monday so that they can be closed and done and not interrupt a holiday weekend. That's motivation. The timing isn't just money and PR. As for specific deals, this is informative, so if you deal with any of these companies or spaces, you can understand any change in motivation due to the change in financier. Today's episode was brought to you by the Killing It podcast. Episode 35 is out, the discussion about cultural norms after the discussion of AI ethics. The guys move into how Google constantly adjusts its algorithm, and a listener topic about companies that negotiate or pay off ransomware. Should you or your clients negotiate with the criminals? 3 experts, 3 topics, 30 minutes, and 1 focus on making money in IT. Catch the show in your favorite podcatcher or on mspradio.com. Thanks for listening to the Business of Tech. Sign up for our upcoming newsletter with announcements on new shows coming soon on the MSP Radio Network. Find us on mspradio.com, in your favorite podcatcher, or episodes on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you like what you hear, share to grow the audience, and we'll see you tomorrow.